Saturday night in Death Valley. More than 92,000 inside Tiger Stadium. They welcome the home team. And tonight, the opposition provided by the group from Gainesville, the Florida Gators. Always something special as we help celebrate 75 years of football. The SEC on CBS tonight, the Florida Gators against the Tigers of LSU. Good evening, everybody. Vern Lundquist along with Gary Danielson and Tracy Wolfson. For the first time in 48 years, Halloween night of 1959, the Tigers have a home game as the top-ranked team in the country. Then they defeated third-ranked Ole Miss. Tonight they get ninth-ranked Florida. Both of these teams, as you know, have excelled in this decade. Both have won national titles. That's just one reason why this night has such a promise of something special. Gary Danielson, Tim Tebow just might be the most celebrated quarterback in the country, and he means so much to this Florida team.
He really does, Vern. I mean, since Vince Young at Texas, nobody has had more things put on his shoulder than Tim Tebow. This guy has to provide it all. How about from a quarterback? He provides the toughness for this team. You need a finesse play? How about a little play-action pass from the shotgun and throw it down? He gives you the spectacular, and when things need to be picked up, he gives you the emotion. He's the guy that brings this Florida program together, and he has become the face of Florida football. He's a spectacular player. They may need more, but he's a spectacular player.
Well, on the other side of the football, LSU has a top-ranked defense in the country, and it's hard to take your eyes off of number 72, Glenn Dorsey.
You really can't, but you better, because as good as Glenn Dorsey is, he's not alone. This LSU defense has defensive playmakers at every level. Dyson Jackson, defensive end, Ollie Highsmith from the linebacker spot, Derry Beckwith, and then a secondary that has playmakers at safety and at corner. These guys, this defense, Vern, has people that can win football games from the defensive side of the ball.
LSU, the national champion in 2003. Florida a year ago. Gary, really two of the true heavyweights in college football.
They are. In life, people sometimes say, Vern, that perception is reality. Well, in football, it's not. There's a perception that this great LSU team can't be beaten. We know in college football anything can happen now. And the perception of Florida is they run this spread out offense, yet they throw it all over the field. But if you look at the statistics, Florida has now become a little one-dimensional. They're relying on Tebow. The last 3 games, he's getting 2-to-1 carries over the running backs, and Percy Harvin, their outstanding receiver, is becoming the go-to and really almost all of the offense.
Florida won the toss. They have elected to receive. Temperature of 85 degrees and partly cloudy skies. Florida leads the all-time series, and really an anomaly. They lead in games here 15-12.
Well, they had a guy named Spurrier that helped them do that a little bit.
Won 13 of 14.
Listen, one thing about Florida, Vern, they will not have stage fright. These guys have been in a lot of big games. Even the guys that haven't played have been around big games. They're not going to faint out here.
Josh Jasper will kick. Brandon James is deep. The kick is very short and grabbed alertly by Ryan Stamper, backup linebacker. Good hands up at the 38-yard line. Now let's check the lineups. Presented by Applebee's. Tim Tebow having an outstanding year, but he has carried a load in the last 3 games. Offensive line, Watkins, Tart, Miller. Keep your eye on number 56, Marquise Pouncey, true freshman. Caldwell gets back in the lineup after injury. Harvin and the rest. 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Tebow. Empty backfield. Pulls up, little crossing pattern, and Cornelius Ingram drops it. Allie Highsmith defending, one of the fine linebackers for LSU. Up front, and this team is #1 in the country. Tyson Jackson, Dorsey, Favorite, and Kirsten Pittman, the linebackers. Sanders, Beckwith, and Ollie Highsmith, and the secondary, Zenon Stelz, Taylor, and Chevis Jackson. 2nd and 10. Again, the empty backfield, 4 wide. Tebow goes deep. It's caught by Lewis Murphy, and that should be enough for a first down.
Don't you love, if you're a Gator fan, that they are coming out and are not going to play conservative? I think if you look at the Florida football team, they looked at LSU, they watched teams that came in here and said, you know, if we don't stand toe-to-toe with these guys and try to swing, if we try to win by TKO, we're going to get knocked out. We must attack.
Keyston Moore joins Tebow, now comes to the right side. They ride Keyston Moore, give it to him. He slips a tackle. He's got another first down at the 25-yard line. That's back-to-back runs against the top-ranked run defense in the country.
See, Florida kind of just got trapped by going to their great players, Harvin and Tebow. Now they've looked at the tape and they said, let's rededicate themselves to running the ball under the spread. Whoever gets it, gets it. But they must run the tailback. They must throw the ball to the tight end. Harvin and Tebow will come to you later.
3rd and 6. LSU brings only 4. Quick strike. It's tipped away by Ollie Highsmith, number 7. Intended for Percy Harvin, who thought he was open.
Boy, I'll tell you, this was a gimmick defense by LSU. Ollie Highsmith lines up to Tebow's left, way over here, and then he comes over here to almost pick it off. Watch this play. Tebow thinks he's got an easy throw, and a robber by Ollie Highsmith comes into the middle. Great setup by Bo Pelini that time, defensive coordinator.
Joey Eos with a 32-yard effort. He line drive one from 34 last week. It was blocked. No problem with this. He arcs it through, and the Florida Gators take an early lead on the opening drive of the night. 11:19 remaining. LSU about to get the ball for the first time. One reason Death Valley has its reputation: the LSU Tigers have won 24 Saturday night games in a row. They were last defeated by Alabama November 16, 2002. Our first visit here in a regular season Saturday night game. And Joey Eos is getting set to kick it deep. Trendon Holiday, as Tim Tebow chats upstairs with Dan Mullen, the offensive coordinator.
Vern, Les Miles pooch punt against Florida, pooch kick, excuse me, against Florida. Will they dare kick it to Holiday?
Well, Trendon Holiday finished 2nd in the NCAA outdoor 100-meter dash. They pooch kick it, and it'll be Keelan Williams. He's not a bad option. And he's knocked down as he gets to the 33-yard line. The running back, the tackle made by Dorian Monroe, number 20. Matt Flynn, undefeated as a starter. He missed one game with a high ankle sprain this year, the senior, and he operates behind Black, Johnson, Helms, Hitt, and Stewart. In the backfield, the wideouts rather, LaFell, Early Doucette is not starting tonight. He's still out with an injury. 1st down and 10. 1st down and 10. Left side. And Jacob Hester, number 18, runs right into Dustin Doe, number 32. Just a footnote. Early Doucette is out with a groin pull and unable to go. They hope to have him back next week at Kentucky. 2nd down and 8. Ryan Perilou is in the lineup. They'll go with 2 quarterbacks. Perilou, who started one game this year. Out of the gun, and he is an option threat. He'll keep it. Boy, Willie. Close for the first down. It appears he's got it.
Modern football. Boy, have things changed. You've got a starter. Florida showed the country last year that you can win a championship with 2 quarterbacks. LSU took note, said, hey, we got a great backup. Let's use this guy. Let's find ways to get him the ball. Watch this. They're even going to put another guy in. We're going to put Holiday in the game right now, too, the sprinter. He's flanked wide to the top of the screen. You use your team. Use all your weapons, all your bullets.
There's Trendon Holiday, top of the screen. And Matt Flynn is back in. Stunts by the Florida defense. A little inside route intercepted. Picked off on the right side by Joe Hayden, the true freshman cornerback. It was deflected, and Hayden grabbed it.
Well, this was just a woeful throw. Just a woeful throw by Matt Flynn. Wide open was Brandon LaFell. This was easy pitch and catch. Watch how behind this ball is. It's actually LaFell that gets a hand on it. It's about 3 yards behind LaFell on the play, and Joe Hayden, a great player, comfortable with the ball in his hands, goes up and gets a popsicle on that one. Wow. Quarterback throws one like that early. It's scary.
First down 10. Hurt and Metter. We've seen the whole variety, haven't we? Keyston Moore with another dive play.
And what stands out? Just exactly what they haven't been doing, right? Before coming into this game, the last 3 games, we showed that stat. They were really, really going to Tebow and Harvin. Now they've said, we have to do it with different guys. LSU saw the numbers on defense. They're smart guys. If I could figure it out, Pelini can figure it out, right? We're gonna throw it to different guys. There's Bo Pelini. He said, wait a second. The stats said you're going to Tebow and Harvin. The reality is it's not going to Tebow and Harvin.
It's second down and 7. Final 90 seconds, opening quarter. They'll try it again, and Keyston Moore breaks a tackle. Not great speed, and he's caught short of the first down at the 30-yard line. 3rd and 1. Metter, the right tackle, goes left side. Here's Tebow. And Tebow pulls his way for an apparent first down. Yep, the spot's going to come right at the 29. I believe he's got it. Kirsten Pittman with the tackle.
I think Craig Stelz was up there, the safety. When you're playing against Tebow and you know he's going to run that power off tackle on 3rd and short, you got to get your safety. The safety is equal to a quarterback. Now watch, later in this game, LSU has to be aware. There's going to be one of those 3rd and 1s when Tebow's going to go in there, come back out, and throw the bomb.
Bo Pelini, defensive coordinator at LSU, chatted with him yesterday, and he was quite confident about the defensive game plan, but Dan Mullen's offensive play calling thus far has prevailed. We've reached the end of the first. Well, I think back to what you said early. This Florida team will not be cowed by playing in Tiger Stadium.
Absolutely not. They've got a lot of experience.
That's the end of 1. Florida leads it 3-0. We'll return to Tiger Stadium after this message and a word from your local station. Tim Tebow and the Florida Gators in charge as we begin quarter number 2. This will be the 10th play of the current drive, a first down and 10. And Tebow wants to throw, does. Harvin! First and goal at the 2.
Well, by putting Harvin in the slot, the corners to the outside, and look at all this open field right in the middle. There's Harvin. Watch him go right into the spot, and a great throw by Tebow. Right now, execution is going to Florida. Game plan to Florida. Turnovers to Florida. Score to Florida.
Out of the gun with 2 blockers in front. Here's Tebow. Tucks it and picks up a yard. Stopped by Kirsten Pittman, number 49. This the second sustained drive by the Gators. And really, Gary, they've taken the crowd out of the game for now.
Well, that's what execution does.
You bet.
Execution, solid game plan. They've got this LSU team on their heels. And, you know, I think this is the first team that has come in against LSU, kind of like the guys that used to fight Mike Tyson, that didn't faint in the first round.
2nd and goal. Eric Rutledge, Keyston Moore, the blocking backs. Tebow again out of the spread. That's Keyston Moore left side. And he pulls up, wants to throw. Now he does, and it's good. Keyston Moore, touchdown. It wasn't quite the jump pass from a year ago, but a nice alert play by Tim Tebow.
Well, I thought he had Keystone Moore all the way. I was wondering what he was waiting for, but you know, on that play, Vern, I think he showed toughness, finesse, spectacular emotion. He showed everything on one play. Amazing.
I bet he's got a Superman t-shirt on.
He might.
Yep. Joey Eos for the extra point. Tebow to Moore for the touchdown.
It used to be to get your quarterback to run in goal line, you had to run the option. Nowadays, from the shotgun, you can pass, play action, or give it to a playmaker. And that time, the playmaker made the play with a guy right in his face. The ball was supposed to go to Louis Murphy right there into the corner to the end zone. He was not open, but watch Tebow just become an athlete. Murphy's covered. He buys time, nobody open at the last second. Beckwith leaves Moore, and then he gives it. But you know what? Tebow doesn't leave the stadium. He goes right up to the crowd and says, "Paper Tigers, I can't hear you, Paper Tigers. Can't hear anything." Right? I tell you, this guy is a leader. His teammates say he's the toughest guy they've ever seen.
You know, I never think of him, and we know him reasonably well. I'd never think of him as brash.
Well, he used to taunt his mom when she was homeschooling him. She'd give him too many hard programs, and he'd say, come on, let me see it.
Oh, my goodness. And that one goes through Trindon Holliday's hands, and it'll come out to the 20. Now, Jacob Hester, the running back, was a high school teammate of David Booty. Said this is the first week they haven't exchanged phone calls in about a month and a half.
He's a little mad at him. He passed him in the polls. That's why.
Terrence Tolliver is on right now. Here's Matt Flynn out of the gun. And he fires it inside. That's a quick slant, and that's going to be a first down to Brandon LaFell, number 1.
Well, we talked to Les Miles yesterday, and what I tried to get out of Les is, you know, modern football means a lot more decisions for head coaches. He has to now manage this 2-quarterback situation. It's the biggest deficit of the year for LSU, 10-0. He's using 2 quarterbacks. He must manage this game and go with what he believes is the right quarterback in every series.
First down and 10. Flynn is back in. Fires that one. That's good to the 27-yard line. Jared Mitchell, who's had problems hanging on to the football, grabbed this one. A gain of 12.
This was a mistake by Florida. No one lined up over the slot. Matt Flynn noticed it. Nobody there, just comes right down right there. Matt Flynn says, you're not going to put anybody over the slot. Mistake by Florida. You got nobody over them. They just deliver the ball and get an easy first down. Modern football, if you don't line up properly, you have no chance.
Flynn, right side, catch is made. That's Demetrius Byrd, a junior college transfer in his first year at LSU.
Major Wright, a true freshman, is playing the Reggie Nelson spot. He plays very deep, almost 19 yards, meaning these guys have man-to-man. Last year, it was Ryan Smith and Reggie Lewis. This year, it's a true freshman, Joe Hayden. 2 true freshmen in the secondaries for Florida. Those big plays are happening because they're not experienced back there. Boy, Trindon Holliday is getting a lot of snaps. He's on the field again out here.
On 3rd and 8. Florida brings only 4. Inside route, Brandon LaFell to the 5. First and goal, Tigers.
Same play that was run in the first quarter to the left. They line up and run it to the right. LaFell catches it. Wide receiver screen, squirts up just enough for the first down.
Well, they expect, as we said, a record crowd here. LSU's last loss was at Florida. They've won 16 in a row at home. That last loss, memorable. That was a Monday night game in the postponed game because of Katrina when they lost to Tennessee.
Remember last year we showed the fumble when Jamarcus Russell was down there to score. They're in that situation again. Let's see if they turn it around and hand it to Hester again.
3 tight ends. They will, and he is going to be stopped short.
Right.
It'll be 3rd down.
The first play was run to the right behind Hitt and Stewart. This play goes to the left behind Johnson and Black. Very physical. They do believe they can run the ball right at Florida because Florida is smallish and slants. So far, they haven't proven that much.
Well, this is 3rd and goal from the 1. And here's the product of an idle mind. So far this season on 3rd and 1, Florida has yielded only 2 out of 6.
Look at this.
And they will spread.
Perillou's in the game.
Ryan Perilou gets the snap and pulls up and throws it. And wow, it was tipped.
I think Jermaine Cunningham got a piece of Perilou's arm. It was like the Tebow sell it. You saw Les Miles say, go for it right there. He runs up, he's going to throw the pass like a play-action pass, and it was. Cunningham got a piece of his arm on the play. That is speed from the opposite side defensive end.
Receiver was wide open. Excuse me, Gary.
Nope, they will go for it, just like Les said.
Perilou remains the quarterback. Keelan Williams is one of the running backs. And Quinn Johnson is the blocking back.
They look confused. They need to take a timeout. Great timeout. Great timeout.
CBS Sports coverage will continue after this word from your local station. Back at Tiger Stadium in Baton Rouge, 6:12 to go, 16th play of the drive a year ago in Gainesville. Gary.
Jacob Hester took it down what appeared to be a touchdown, but it was ruled his right elbow was down before the ball got there. Then on 1st down, a fumble, turnover, no points. Now 4th and 1. I like going for it for 2 reasons. If you kick a field goal, you have to kick off from the 30, and if they get stopped, they might stop him and get the ball back for a field goal anyway.
Keelan Williams is the running back. They'll run the option, and Perilou will score. LSU on the 16th play of the drive is on the board. I like the little tucking of the football.
Yeah, they reach it across.
Yeah.
Just in case they get tackled, it already happened.
Here comes Colt David out of Matt Flynn's hold. They executed the most spectacular fake field goal I think I've ever seen a couple of weeks ago against South Carolina. Extra point is good. David for the season is 26 of 26. A 16-play drive. It took 80 yards.
We mentioned that if you're going to move the ball on the goal line, you'd love to have a quarterback with the option. Florida did it with the shotgun with the quarterback running. LSU does it with the option and the quarterback running. You get to play 11 on 11 now. Florida gets the ball when we come back up only 3.
Last time LSU played here as the #1 team in the country, the most famous game ever. Halloween night 1959 against Ole Miss. The most famous play ever as we celebrate 75 years of SEC football. The call on this Billy Cannon run from J.C. Politz. Well, as you might be able to tell, that was before the days of videotape. And earlier today, Billy Cannon, Heisman Trophy winner, signing an autograph in front of or behind the Heisman Trophy.
That's what makes college football so great. It never changes. You come back, you sat, your grandfather sat, your father sat, now you sit. Uniforms look the same, cheerleaders look the same, the field looks the same. It's like being a Cub or a Red Sox fan. College football.
I got news for you, Gary. You and I don't look the same.
Not for sure.
That's where the philosophy breaks down on the kickoff after the penalty out to the 25-yard line. Monday on How I Met Your Mother, one of these guys is about to live out every man's fantasy. See how it plays out Monday at 8, 7 Central on CBS. First down and 10. Tebow. Well, they should be well rested. They were on the bench for almost 8 minutes.
Remember the last time Tebow was on the field, he was taunting the crowd.
First down, Shakes the tackle, pulls up, drills it. Caught! Keyston Moore. Out of his shoe, but he holds on to the ball. It's a first down at the 47, a gain of 19.
Now, Tebow did not just kind of run out of this sack by a DB here. This was a defensive end that Tebow got away from. Kirsten Pittman, number 49. Another spectacular play by the Superman wears Tebow pajamas quarterback out there.
Moore takes his shoe and heads to the sideline. On first down, LSU showing a blitz look. They bring 5, and Tebow, how about that, getting around Rahim Alem? My gracious.
Back-to-back plays. The defensive end for LSU was unblocked. Back-to-back plays, positive for Florida. There you see it. Tebow 8, the running back 6. That's a little better balance. Harvin 2, the other wide receivers 3, but there's also been a drop in there. But by establishing the other wide receivers to begin with, Harvin has opened up over the middle. They did not start with Harvin.
David Nelson is on the field as a wide out. He goes wide right with Murphy and Cornelius Ingram. The other 2 are wide left on second down and 5. Harvin goes in motion. Option play. Tebow will keep it and bangs his way close to the first down. Well, it's time now for the... It is going to be time.
Eventually, it's always time for Aflac.
The Ducks coming.
Well, another drive. You know, we talked to Urban Meyer. We saw his quotes after the Auburn game, Vern, and he said our offensive line played their worst game of the year. They're on tonight. They're battling. They got a freshman guard in there, and he's matched up against the player of the year, Glenn Dorsey, a lot, and he's handling them pretty well.
First down and 10 at the 42-yard line. That's Rutledge, the fullback, who sets up to the right. Here's Tebow. Again, he's got time. No good downfield coverage, and so Tebow will tuck it and run out of bounds.
Oh, that's a penalty.
And that's a flag. Ollie Highsmith. Absolutely.
Terrible play by Ollie Highsmith, right at his ankles, too. You could get fined in the NFL with a play like that. You could almost say intent to injure on this play. Tebow's clearly going out of bounds. Watch Highsmith go. Goes onto the ankles. He's onto the white. That's going to be an easy 15-yard penalty. Not going to get away with that.
Nope. 2 flags just to make it a point of emphasis. Yep. So Highsmith flagged for the personal foul. And the ball will be marched. Les Miles and the other coaches were over there vehemently protesting, but no doubt about that.
He had 1 foot inbounds. His other foot was going out of bounds. That's what he's saying. But when you dive from behind on a quarterback near the sideline, you're going to get it called.
First down and 10. 3 wides to the right, 2 to the left. Ingram is the inside man to the left. Again, LSU with 4. The pass is dropped again. This is Andre Caldwell. That's the 2nd drop tonight. Well, as Highsmith made the tackle and the flag came out, watch Les Miles.
Right, Pelini on one side, one ear, Les Miles on the other ear. It's not going to come back. They're not going to pick it up.
Get the idea he's not inviting him to the gospel service.
Right in his ear right now.
Yep.
Boy, the empty backfield has given LSU problems in this football game. Auburn handled it pretty well. LSU has not.
Here's Jared Faison in motion. Drew Miller with the indication of the count. Here's Tebow, and he wiggles his way to the 11-yard line. Craig Stelz and Kirsten Pittman with the tackle.
This is the spread offense that we're used to seeing from Urban Meyer that he brought from Bowling Green in Utah. Bring receivers into the backfield, fake the ISO inside. It's a read inside. They're reading inside. Defensive end collapses that time. Tebow takes it, gets as much as he can, and gets the 3rd and short.
3rd down 1. Florida already with 161 yards in this ball game. 3rd and 1. Caldwell sets up. There's a wing to the left. Here's Tebow. Snap a little high. bangs his way to the 10. That should be enough to give Florida a first down. I keep thinking about what you said at the beginning. Florida, despite its youth, will not be cowed by this crowd.
Well, it's because even the freshmen were around the program when they played for the Southeastern Conference Championship, or when they went and played supposedly invincible Ohio State, and they heard about it for 2 weeks. Now for a week, they've been hearing about invincible LSU. They've got an earful. These are a lot of prideful guys, and they have accepted the challenge, and Tebow is playing spectacularly early in this game.
Gators with a 3-point lead. This is the 9th play of this drive. Percy Harvin in motion. Option play, there's the pitch. Harvin taken down harshly by Curtis Taylor and Ollie Highsmith. Curtis Taylor, the free safety.
Bring the running back inside. Run the option. You got to take a hit. That's a hit that won't even show up for the stats. When you say Tebow ran the ball 17 times or 18 times and took all those hits, there's a hit that won't even show up in the stats.
10th play of the drive. They've gone 63 yards. And Florida looks at 3rd and goal.
Got a good matchup with Ingram in the slot against the strong safety, McCray.
Keyston Moore is wide left. Here's Tebow. Pumps, runs, touchdown, Florida.
Man. I'll tell you, since Vince Young, I haven't seen a player control a football game like this. And Vince Young did it his senior year. This guy's a sophomore.
Thus far tonight, Florida with a 10-play drive for a field goal, a 12-play drive for a touchdown, and a 10-play drive for a touchdown. The extra point by Joey Eos is good. As Tim Tebow rushes 13 times for 44 yards. And let's go down to Tracy, who is with Les Miles.
Coach, how important was it to get points on that final drive?
Well, obviously, we'd love to have had those 3. It made it a 7-point game. We're down 10 now. You know, we get the ball back. We come down and get 7. Now it's a 3-point game.
You come in with the #1 defense in the country. What is Florida doing to cause you so many problems?
Well, they run a nice. I mean, they run a nice spread offense. But the reality is we have plenty of opportunities to stop them. We just need to tackle. I can't tell you how many missed tackles we've had.
Thanks a lot, Coach.
See ya.
All right, Tracy. That's the end of the first half with our score: Florida 17, LSU 7. Let's go to Tim Brando in our New York studio. We start the third quarter. Vern Lundquist, Gary Danielson, and Tracy Wolfson. A record crowd here in Death Valley tonight. 92,910. Largest attendance ever. And they sit in somewhat stunned silence tonight because the LSU Tigers, top ranked in the country, are trailing by 10. Joey Eos will kick off as we start the third quarter. And Trindon Holliday grabs it at the 11 near side. It's Keelan Williams instead of Trindon Holliday, and he gets out with a good field position. A moment ago, Tracy Wolfson with Florida coach Urban Meyer.
Coach, how were you able to attack this LSU defense in the first half?
Well, Tim's making a lot of plays for us. They've had a couple guys come free and pass rush, and having an athletic quarterback that can make a play has really helped. But I think we're doing a decent job containing a great D lineman in 72, and we just got to keep them off balance, run pass.
Thanks a lot, Coach.
All right, Tracy, and among those who's helping is a true freshman, Marquise Pouncey at right guard. He has had a good first half, but he gets to rest now as LSU opens with the first down and 10. Matt Flynn is in at quarterback. First down. Flynn, LSU trailing by 10. Hester comes left. Big hole. A bit of a stiff arm, and the tackle made by the true freshman safety, Major Wright. But a very nice opening now for LSU. But let's talk about the defensive side for LSU, though. They wanted to keep Florida off the field, and they've not done.
No, they haven't. In fact, I wrote it down to make sure I got it right. Coming into this game, LSU had 30 of 65 possessions when their defense went out there, when they produced a 3 and out. In this game, 4 possessions by Florida, 3 of them have been 10-plus plays that led to a score. Florida is keeping the ball with play action and Tebow plays and missed tackles and all the things that Les Miles talked about at halftime with Tracy.
On first down, it's Hester again. He gets to the 50-yard line. And we'll take a look at the halftime stats. Fairly even. Pass yards for LSU 102. Total yards 177 to 170. Look at this. No penalties for Florida.
To the highest penalty. Florida is averaging 10 penalties a game in the Southeastern Conference. 3 games, they've had 30 penalties, none in the first half.
Charles Scott is the running back. Second down. Here's Flynn, little flip out to the right side. And that's going to be good to Scott. He's out of bounds at the 44-yard line, short of the first down. 3rd and 10. Flynn with pressure from Harvey. Gets it underneath to Demetrius Byrd as Derek Harvey, who leads this Florida defense in sacks, was right there.
How about Major Wright, throw a true freshman back there, closing on Byrd and making this play. 3rd and long. Harvey's going to come clean. They bring 6 guys. Nobody can block him. This is a hot. Major Wright comes up and makes the tackle. Major Wright's playing because they say at Florida that he tackles like a young Reggie Nelson. You see that sure tackle right there. Another huge try for 3 to get it a 1-possession score.
Right hash mark, Colt David, who is 8 of 11 for the year. From the 41-yard, it's a fake, and Flynn picks it up. How about that?
Another one.
The key play in the win over South Carolina was a flip from Matt Flynn to Colt David, and they run the fake, and Flynn picks it up.
He missed one. Now remember, we had a lot of questions about this. I wish I would have brought it up last week, but I'm going to make amends. The holder can have his knee down. You simulate the fake, you're allowed to get up. It's the only time your knee can be down, and you get up and run the ball. Les Miles dials the fake and gets the play.
Flynn with the run out of the fake, a first down. And now Flynn is under center. 1st and 10. Come left, Jacob Hester to the 13-yard line. Well, 2 weeks ago, I think still the best fake field goal, Gary, I've ever seen.
Well, it was just so nicely put up. We said, wow, it's a little wet. What are they going to do? Can they kick it? Little flip over the shoulder. And Colt David shows that he's got the speed that takes it into the end zone. Kind of finished off the game last week, didn't it? This one might get him back in the game. This one, kind of an off-tackle play from Flynn, and he takes it. And, might not be 4-6, but he was fast enough.
2nd down and 5. Perilou is back on as quarterback, and he'll take the snap 5 yards back, and do his best to emulate Tim Tebow. He runs left and is stopped at the 10-yard line.
With those stunting front guys for Florida, they are moving, and they are moving fast. LSU's now finally getting a hat on them. Finally, they're getting used to that speed up front, and they're just pushing them up front. Brett Helms, the center, does a great job of rooting out. Watch him right in the middle there. Gets his guy, gashes it up, hit comes up. That's how you run the ball up front. You anticipate that movement, and you take them where they want to go.
Opening drive of the second half. This is the 14th play. 3rd down and 3. Here's Flynn rolling right. Looks back to the left underneath, and there's contact at the 6-yard line. That is going to be pass interference, the play intended for Richard Dixon.
Joe Hayden was in perfect position on the play. Florida smelled this play, throw back to the tight end, a play that LSU has used earlier.
Number 12 on the defense. The penalty will be enforced at the spot of the foul. Automatic first down.
I thought it might be intercepted when this ball was thrown. Joe Hayden was right in position. Ball's thrown. He could have stepped inside and got it. You can see he hits Dixon way early. A little bit of panic by a young player. A smart corner right then, or maybe a more experienced corner, would have ran right underneath that and picked it off.
Matt Flynn helping the official just in case there was hesitation. And the quarterback, the sophomore, Ryan Perilou.
see the faith that LSU has in Perilou. Cannot afford a turnover. He's the option guy.
That was Dixon in motion. Here's the handoff left side. Fine defensive play. Joe Hayden up high. He got some help down low from Brandon Spikes. And it's going to be 2nd down and goal.
Florida has retooled that defense. 2 starters return. Tony Joyner has not played much, I don't think. Is Monroe in there right now? I'm looking down there. But it is tough to run the ball on this defense, isn't it? LSU is really committed to it. They've gone over 100, and they have committed to the run.
Matt Flynn back at quarterback. Second and goal. Little cross left side. Keelan Williams strolls in for the touchdown. A very confident Les Miles said at the end of the first half, that's okay, we missed the field goal. We get the ball to start the 3rd quarter. If we get 7, we're very much in.
An unbalanced line did LSU, and Monroe, Tony Joyner's sub, slipped on the play.
15 plays, 70 yards. It took 7-11. Williams 5 yards on the toss from Flynn.
Watch Monroe right there. He goes 1 step the wrong way, gets a little block, a little push from Saron Black, and that's all he needed to get in there. Great play call by LSU. Loaded up to the right, faked the handoff, and came back with the TD.
Tim Brando in New York. Stop the presses. 4th and 20. Stanford's Tavita Pritchard. A backup quarterback to Richard Sherman. That's on 4th and 20. Then on 4th and goal with time winding down, Mark Bradford. Touchdown, extra point good. A team that was 1-11 a year ago. Jim Harbaugh's club wins over number 2 USC. Shake it up again, Vern.
All right, Tim, that is astounding news. And while we were away, the score was announced. Here, watch and listen to the reaction. This is in reaction, part of it, to the announcement on the public address, and on the sidelines, this LSU bunch went berserk. And so did he. Or she.
Oh, we're having another Richter moment here, aren't we?
Oh,
is there an earthquake somewhere?
Look, decibel levels you got, dial tone.
And then they announce, and look at that thing go up into the hundreds when they announced it. You know what? Just shows you it's a national game in October.
And the kick. Brandon James gathers it in at the 8. And taken down at the 24. 1st and 10, Florida up by 3, 17-14. 6:40 to go, 3rd quarter. That's Andre Caldwell who goes and sets up. They hand it off on the dive play to the left guard. Well, how about Tim Tebow's first half?
Well, there was some missed tackles, but it were caused by a guy that can break tackles. He showed the passing ability, the playmaking ability, and then the scrambling ability. He showed it all, why some people consider him in the race for a Heisman. I think he is too, personally, even though he's just a sophomore right now.
Well, he becomes very much a part of the conversation if Florida wins tonight.
Yeah, he's got 11 guys in front of him that are trying to keep him from that one tonight.
2nd and 5. Oh my gracious, what a quick opener, and Keyston Moore all the way to the LSU 37-yard line. That's a gain of 20.
The game plan, run right at the middle of an All-American, Glenn Dorsey. It's an option read. They're reading Dorsey. There he is right there. Let's see how they block him. They put a man on man. You see Dorsey stands up the guard, but by the time he looks for Tebow, the back is by him. That's what that slant veer option, whatever it is, right in the middle, has caused problems for this LSU defense.
Empty backfield, 3 down now for LSU. Now 4. They bring 4. Tebow. He's got a man, Cornelius Ingram, and he will go in untouched. How quiet can 92,000 become? 37 yards. Tebow to Ingram, the tight end.
They faked the wide receiver screen. LSU and Stelz got a little nosy, thinking it was going to be a wide receiver screen. That's one of the best play calls I've seen this year. You've got a charged up defense ready to hit you in the mouth, and you finesse them with a gimmick play. Beautiful call.
Eos with the extra point. It is up and through. Well, let's talk about a counterpunch. Florida comes right back.
You bet. Here it is right here. Ingram's going to come out, gets into the backfield. You see everybody nosed up to the middle of the field. They think it's a wide receiver screen, and Ingram walks in. I mean, I had to almost interrupt. He was open 1 second into the play by 50. He looked like the first guy out for practice. He was so wide open on this one. Look at Stelz coming up. Shocking. Boy, did they answer that noise and that crowd.
Lewis Murphy on the left, blocking the view of Cornelius Ingram on the right. The guy who threw the pass is talking to the offensive coordinator, Dan Mullen. And a stunned crowd now, so delirious with their team's score. And here's the unbalanced offense, Gary.
Yeah, it was before. Remember, there were rushes by Tebow was 3-1. Now it's more respectable. They're establishing that running back up the middle. I thought the key play of that drive was that run right up the middle by Moore. That shocked LSU. What an answer by Florida to this crowd and this great defense.
Joey Eos kicks it to the near side, taken by Keelan Williams at the 16-yard line. Now he's got a little bit of room. Now he's got more room. And now the room has disappeared. And with 10 seconds remaining in the third quarter, LSU has the ball at the 50. Hester, 3 yards at left guard. And a player down. This is Herman Johnson, number 79. Well, Hester coming left, and that happened right at the point of the tackle.
Yep. It was his left elbow, it looks like he grabbed, didn't it?
Yes. Well, that is the end of 3 with our score 24-14 Florida. We'll return to Tiger Stadium right after this word from your local station. Death Valley on a Saturday night. The LSU Tigers ranked number 1 in the country at home against the defending national champions. But LSU finds itself trailing 24-14. They open up with a 2nd and 7 at the Florida 47, and Ryan Perilou is back in at quarterback. They fake the reverse, and Perilou on the option pitches it back right. How about this? Keelan Williams all the way to the 27-yard line. So a nice little trick play, gadget play to open the fourth quarter. Vern Lundquist, Gary Danielson. This Florida team with such great determination, they come right back, but we've still got a heck of a ball game.
Oh, we sure do. And you know, LSU now is going to empty the playbook. You know, Perilou's going to be in there, Flynn's going to throw it. They do not, to me, seem to have the downfield throwing game. They're missing early Doucette in that phase. Let's see if someone else for LSU can get them a big play. That's what I think they need right now. Some type of big play. Can they do it in the passing game, or is it going to all have to come from the running game and the option game?
Down by 10, Matt Flynn back in. They have a first down at the 26-yard line. Right side, Keelan Williams. 3 Gators collapse around him, and he only gets to the 25-yard line. Dustin Doe was the first one there, number 32. 2nd down.
I'll tell you a guy I would look for right now if I was LSU, and someone I'm really impressed with is Richard Dirksen, the tight end for LSU.
There's the reverse. Left side, Trindon Holiday inside the 15, out of bounds at the 11. He had a 33-yard run for a touchdown 2 weeks ago against South Carolina.
Well, I'll tell you, Florida thought they had the angles, but no one has an angle on number 8. Cunningham, number 49, says, I think I got him. No, I don't. We're fast, but nobody's that fast. Major Wright made the tackle, but not until after a big play.
First down and 10 from the 11. LSU down by 10. Play fake, Flynn. A lot of time, goes left. Incomplete to Brandon LaFell. Now, Trendon Holiday listed at 5'5", 160 at the NCAA Outdoor Track and Field Championships last summer. Holiday looked like he had the lead, was going to win it, winds up running a 10.06 100 meters, and here was the run against South Carolina. His best ever in the 100 meter is a school record of 10.02. Ryan Perilou at quarterback. Keelan Williams to the 5. Down at the 3.
Now you got to wonder, if you're calling plays, if you're Gary Croton for LSU, are you thinking 2 plays to score? Keelan Williams got this down to the 2. Major Wright comes up and make the stop. On 3rd down, are you going to get 2? Right now, if you're Croton, you're asking Les Miles, are we going for it on 4th down, assuming we don't lose yardage? Because it'll affect my call. What will they dial up? Will it be the option? Matt Flynn's in the game.
Backs are in the eye, and it's Williams behind Quinn Johnson. That's Dixon, the tight end, in motion to the left. Flynn, handoff, Williams, left side. Great one-on-one tackle.
Joe Hayden, wow.
Joe Hayden.
High school quarterback, moved to defensive back corner. This is a guy threw for 7,000 yards as a high school quarterback. And here it is, 4-down territory. Joe Hayden comes in motion, and then he comes back and makes the play. As Dixon went in motion, Hayden came across and made the stop. What a play.
That's a loss of 3. LSU can get a first down without the touchdown. It's 4th down. Flynn from the spread. Hester alongside to the left. Florida brings 4. Flynn dances right. Pulls up, got a man in the end zone. It's a touchdown to Demetrius Byrd. Junior college transfer, 2nd touchdown for the Tigers in his first season in an LSU uniform.
Just exactly the way Tebow ran out, held onto the ball, and pitched it late is exactly the same thing that Tebow did.
Colt David will attempt the extra point. The margin is 3.
Watch Matt Flynn. He's got nothing early. Then he starts to run. Brandon Spikes comes up, number 51. That allows Byrd to be right behind him. When you scramble, Joe Montana started it. When he scrambled, he kept his eyes up. They teach him all the same thing now. And Flynn said, I did it exactly the way I was coached in practice.
Well, Tim Tebow will get his chance next.
There's Byrd right there. But watch. Spikes back in the bank. Flynn takes it, nobody open early, but as he scrambles, up comes Spikes, opens up the receiver, and that led to it. When you scramble, you keep your eyes downfield. Tebow did it early, Flynn did it late. 3-point game.
24-21 Gators. Tim Tebow for the night, 145 yards. His 3rd pick of the season. Now the second of 2 kickoff men for LSU. This is Andrew Crutchfield, number 39. They use 2, and Crutchfield kicks it left side. Brandon James. Oh, wow. Did he stay in bounds? He did. How about that?
Side judge or back judge was right there.
Yes, he was.
Watching it from behind.
3rd and 4. You do not blitz. Tebow drills it. There's no contact. It's incomplete. 4th down. Derry Beckwith, number 48, the middle linebacker, and Curtis Taylor.
Well, Murphy obviously thought he got bumped from behind on the play. Good protection. Tebow has time to throw it. Throws a bit of a knuckler. All you can see, coming right from behind, Curtis Taylor came through Murphy on the play.
In the loss last week at home against Auburn, Chaz Henry shanked one 25 yards to set up the winning field goal. He's back to punt now. Chaz Henry, the freshman out of Dallas, Georgia. Fair catch. Called by Chad Jones. And the Tigers of LSU, ranked number 1 in the country, get the ball back. 9 minutes and 20 seconds remaining. They've got the ball at their own 35-yard line. Death Valley on a Saturday night. LSU unbeaten at home on its last 24 Saturday night games. They trail Florida by 3. They have not led in this ball game. And the top-ranked team in the country, relishing the fact that Southern Cal got knocked off tonight, now has a chance to go ahead. 3rd and 16. Florida brings 4. Flynn rolls right. Wide open. Oh, boy. Brandon Spikes went for the up-high hit.
Well, I give Flynn credit here, Vern. He knew he had a long way. He had to get past the 50-yard line to get a first down. You can't slide in a game for the national championship when you see linebackers coming. He knew he had to get to the 50. And watch, Matt Flynn does not slide. He tries to get it and takes the hit. That shows me a lot, and it puts it in a position where LSU has a decision whether they should go for it or not.
They've made the decision. They are going to go for it. Number 1 team in the country playing at home where they've won 24 consecutive Saturday night games. They scored their last touchdown on a 4th and 3. They're 3 of 3 on 4th down tonight. Right side.
Oh,
second effort.
Yes.
Oh, this will be close. Jacob Hester.
Vern, I think they got from the near sideline a right-footed spot. That means a downfield spot for LSU. Watch Hester hit the line once and then takes the legs and falls forward. And the official comes in right there and gives him a right-footed spot. Now the yellow line's in the replay. Bang, nothing. Hester's second effort clearly gets across.
Yeah, he got it. Absolutely. No knee down.
Well, if the yellow line's right, that's a first down.
Yellow line's right.
Boy, was that second effort by Hester? The guy doesn't fumble. He catches the ball. You know, he was a defensive tackle and wide receiver in high school. Boom, there we stopped. Second effort. If you want to win a national championship, they told us this yesterday, didn't they? They said, we know it's going to be hard. It's not easy to win a national championship. It's going to come gut check time, and we're going to have to make a play. Number 8's in the game again in the slot.
And Ryan Perilou is in at quarterback. They fake the reverse, and Perilou, as Derek Harvey stayed home on that one, the defensive end, number 91.
Well, let's talk about Les Miles a little bit. Remember we said coaches have to make calls, especially in the 4th quarter. He's been making calls. 4th down plays, go for it, touchdown. Challenges, could have risked his last time out. He was right. 4th down play at the 50-yard line, goes for it again. He is laying it on the line, saying, I'm making the decisions. Might be right, might be wrong, but he's taking charge.
Charles Scott is in the backfield. He's to the right, number 32. Second down. Here's Flynn back across the middle.
Yeah.
Wide open is Dixon. First down at the 35. Fumble, but he falls on it.
Finally, Dixon has the best matchup on the field. And without early Doucette, he's the most dependable receiver LSU has. Lines up at tight end right there. You watch him. Comes out one-on-one. Easy pitch and catch working against Dustin Doe. Dustin Doe, pretty good tackler, but he's not good enough to handle the tight end Richard Dixon. That is a mismatch that LSU could take advantage of.
Right guard Lyle Hitt limped off the field, so he's out of there. First down and 10. Toss, Right side. Charles Scott. No gain. Brandon Spikes with a tackle. Under 5.5 to play.
LSU started off this game playing a little sloppy. Penalties, not making plays, dropping balls. But boy, have they answered the bell in the second half, haven't they? This Florida team will not back down. You don't win a championship, you don't have leadership coming back like they do and back down, especially with Tebow at quarterback. But LSU is answering the bell here.
Ryan Miller, number 63, has replaced Hitt at right guard. That's Keith Zinger, number 89.
Same matchup, linebacker versus Dixon.
Flynn, handoff, Hester to the 20, to the 15. LSU, first down.
That was a Tebow run there, wasn't it? This guy, everybody says, put in the fast guys, put in the fast guys. I like this guy. Catches the ball, picks up the blitz, never fumbles, makes first downs. What a dependable football player he is.
The only fumble in his career
first carry, right?
was on his first carry against Georgia in 2004. He's not dropped the ball since. First down, 10. They'll try Hester again, and he gets to the 12-yard line. 4:18 to go.
Hester's going to go over 100 yards if he carries the ball again. He's at 99 for the game.
And Ryan Perilou comes on.
Whoa.
2nd and 6 at the 12. Brandon LaFell, bottom of your screen, wide right. Jacob Hester, Ryan Perilou in the backfield. 3:45 remaining. Perilou keeps it, cuts right. Down at the 7. Major right with the tackle. It will be third down.
I'll tell you, 3-4 years ago, there wouldn't be a coach in the country would dare bring in a backup quarterback in a key situation like this. Les Miles said, we're better with 2 guys. He stuck to his plan. Even when the pressure of the game gets under 4 minutes, he still brings in the backup to run a key play on second down.
Colt David has missed 2 tonight from 43 and 37. It's 3rd and 1. LaFell right side. Dixon, the tight end, sets tight right. Option, left, pitch. No. Fourth down.
Caden again. Vern, this is a freshman. This is a freshman. This is a guy that passed as a quarterback in high school for almost 8,000 yards in his career, and he comes up and makes the play again. Watch number 12 comes up, takes Hester, and he just doesn't block him. He takes him on. Now 4th and 1. Les Miles has gambled all game. Is he going to do it again?
How about this? As my friend Bill Raftery would say, onions. 4th for 4 on 4th down tonight. Perilou, the quarterback. Hester, second effort. I think he got it.
It's so close.
If he does get it, it's going to be the second time in this drive.
It is so close. It's 6 inches one way or another. I mean, there's just no backup in this football game. This is one of the best football games I've seen in a long time. Both sides laying it on the line. Coaches laying it on the line. Guys making hits. What a play from the backfield that time.
First down.
Woo. Remember, a field goal ties it.
Yes.
That's 5 decisions Les Miles has made in the last 10 minutes. And he's 5 for 5. Nick Saban, who, if he wins this game?
How about that? 2:05 to go.
Florida,
Matt Flynn back at quarterback.
Florida has to start thinking timeouts if they stop a play here.
First down and goal. Here's Flynn. Play action under pressure. Has to throw it away. Second down.
Great defense that time. Major Wright, they were trying to get the ball to Dixon. Major Wright, number 21, made the play.
And Tony Joyner was coming right in his face.
Well, Tony Joyner comes from the outside, and Flynn had to get rid of it, but Major Wright stopped Dixon, the tight end. They were trying to score on first down. Any stop that Florida gets with under 2 minutes, they need to call a timeout.
14th play of the drive with 1:47 to go. Quinn Johnson, Jacob Hester in the backfield. Double tight end set. LaFell wide right. Handoff left side. Hester, no. Third down.
A little surprised Parallel isn't in the game. Guess it's time to second guess. Parallel gives them a little better rotation of plays. They have the option alive. Florida's going to roll the dice. Florida says, we're going to stop you. If LSU scores, Florida is going to have under a minute.
LSU will go with 3 tight ends on this play. It's 3rd and goal. The top-rated team in the country trails the defending national champions by 3. Timeout, Florida. That's their first. 2 remaining. 1:14 to go. Tiger Stadium on a Saturday night in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, a very special place in college football. Never more so than tonight. 1:14 to go, 24-21, LSU 3rd and goal.
Late timeout there cost Florida 29 seconds.
Here's Flynn, backs in the eye. Hester the deep back. Strength of the formation to the right side. They give it to Hester. He pulls his way for a touchdown. Tim Tebow standing by. Jacob Hester, senior out of Shreveport. The go-ahead drive, 15 plays, 60 yards, and Hester still down.
3rd down call. Hester takes it over 100 yards, plows through. Touchdown. Remember, the decision-making of Les Miles in the 4th quarter. The challenges. 3 different times, 4th down decisions. He came out every decision Les Miles' way. The Florida coach, Urban Meyer, I think burned 29 seconds off by not taking a quick timeout. Not that you mean you're going to concede a touchdown. You just have to anticipate that they could score. Well, right now,
Colt David with the extra point.
Right now, Jacob Hester's never going to have to buy a meal again in Baton Rouge.
Jacob Hester twice on this drive. The second effort, he willed his way into the end zone. And the top-ranked team in the country at home on Saturday night against the defending champions have grabbed their first lead of the night.
Last year it was Florida that made the plays to the national championship. Will it be LSU that makes the plays at the end of the game this year to run to the national championship?
69 seconds remaining in this ball game. Florida now trailing by 4. Had they called timeout with 1:43 to go,
it would be 1:38 left on the clock. 29-second difference, a quick timeout by Florida, which I think should have been the strategy in that situation.
Tim Tebow getting ready to come back on the field.
How about LSU? They were down 10. Their defense had been pushed around the field. They answered with 2 turnovers and 1 3-and-out.
Josh Gasper will kick off. Brandon James and Keyston Moore are deep. 28-24, 109 to go. Deep left side, James will let it bounce. Touchback.
Another good bounce for LSU.
Urban Meyer in his 7th year as a head coach. First time he's been 3 years at one school. Only once prior in his career has an Urban Meyer coach team lost back-to-back games. That was in 2002 at Bowling Green. But here we are with Meyer's team trailing by 4.
2 timeouts left for Florida.
Those back-to-back losses you saw were with Juan Zook as the head coach. First down 10. 4-man rush, LSU. Pass complete to the 27-yard line.
In college football, every tackle you make that isn't a first down is huge because the clock does not stop to move the chains. An 8-yard pass is much different than an 11-yard pass.
2nd and 3. Tebow under pressure, has to throw it away. Clock will stop with 37 seconds to go.
Finally, Glenn Dorsey. Finally, the All-American. Enough coverage in the secondary that Dorsey, who never stops, he's been blocked. Big 72 right there. Comes in, nobody open. Dorsey keeps coming, runs through it. Tebow has to get out of it and get rid of it. Inside pressure from the All-American.
3rd and 3. Tebow, contact made. Jonathan Zenon with the interference call.
Remember, that flag came from the official right next to the Florida bench. Zenon ran through that play. Keeps it alive.
Pass interference, number 19 on the defense. The penalty will be enforced at the spot of the foul. Automatic first down.
Officials right on the sideline for the Gators. You heard the Gator players would have been yelling interference. Both players going for the ball. Murphy didn't get one earlier. That one was questionable, if you ask me.
First down and 10. From the corner, the pressure comes. Incomplete in the direction of Percy Harvin. 26 seconds left.
LSU has a little different strategy than most teams in this 2-minute offense. Most teams rush 3 and drop 8. LSU keeps bringing 4. Keeps bringing 4. They want to keep Tebow throwing on rhythm. They don't want him to sit back there all day.
Second and 10. Pressure incomplete.
Dorsey again.
Yes. Second time on this drive.
You know he's got to be sucking wind. You know he's sucking wind. He played almost every snap of this football game. Double team, passing game, spread. They can't handle him on this one, and Dorsey keeps that motor going. I think there's an injury on the field.
It's Jim Tart who has had
who's had Dorsey all game.
Yes, and he's had yes he had.
He's had Dorsey. He's had a mouthful of Dorsey all game. He doesn't want to leave the field. I wonder if that was a forearm from Dorsey that got him under the chin to start the play. I think it was. A knockout blow right at the snap is what happened to Tart. That's why Dorsey was open.
20 seconds to go.
It's a heavyweight fight, and Tart's going to take one right to the chin here. Watch it, it's right there in the middle. Watch Dorsey explode off, delivers one, and Tart goes down. Right to the chin.
3rd and 10. Tebow, a lot of time. He'll have to take off. He's got to get out of bounds to stop the clock, which he does with 12 seconds remaining.
Now the 29 seconds is huge. If there was 41 seconds left in this game, that's right, 41 seconds left in the game, it's still opportunities to throw the ball all over the field. Now with 12 seconds, you're going to have to take maybe one more pass, and you're going to have to start throwing to the end zone. And LSU's safeties are very ball savvy. You can see Florida has to take a timeout now because at 12 seconds they got to come up with a different strategy.
Record crowd of 92,910 here in Tiger Stadium on this Saturday night. The defending national champions 12 seconds away from going down in back-to-back weeks.
There's only two strategies left. Either two deep throws to the end zone, or one throw, call a timeout, and one throw to the end zone.
And of course LSU rushes 3, and Pittman has Tebow in his arms when he lets it go.
Could be intentional grounding. He was in the he was between the tackles, wasn't he?
5 seconds left.
It's going to be intentional grounding. Has to be.
Yep.
He did not get outside the box.
Yep.
Intentional grounding, number 15 on the offense. Penalty will be enforced at the time of foul, loss of down.
Florida had tried to hit one more pass before going to the end zone. LSU only rushes 3. First time from behind, Pittman gets it, he throws it away. That's a good call. Did not get outside the tackle box.
Tebow, Pittman.
Sorry, Vern. Tebow's might be the only guy strong enough to get this penalty. Worked against him on that one.
Yeah, the final timeout called. Some folks are here more aptly dressed than others. 28-24, 5 seconds to go. Glenn Dorsey.
Yeah, everybody's in the huddle. Dorsey standing out there by the ball, waving his arms. The guy never gets tired, does he? One more play. One more play. LSU has a defender in the back of the end zone. Excuse me, Vern.
2nd and 11. That's Chad Jones, who is playing the ultimate center field position. Tebow heaves it deep. It's going to be a jump ball into the end zone. Tigers win. Final play, Gary.
Nowhere else to go with the ball but to throw it up and look for a prayer. Good ball skills by LSU in the back. Nobody's trying to catch it. They're all trying to knock it down. 5 LSU defenders, only 2 Gator receivers. The Gators left it on the field tonight. But what a heart of champions LSU showed. Down 10 in the 4th quarter, they came back.
Thriller in Death Valley.
I don't think you're going to find any LSU fans are going to be saying anything but Les Miles from now on.
Ryan Perilou and Matt Flynn shared the quarterback responsibilities. Les Miles rolled the dice a lot of times tonight and came up positive every time. Well, for Tracy Wolfson and Gary Danielson, I'm Vern Lundquist saying good night from Death Valley. We'll try and top this again next week.